Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Board. Today is all about negotiating with property or property negotiation. And why this is so important is I was actually sent a couple inbox messages about, Arjun, how do we negotiate property better? I've purchased it once, I haven't had a lot of practice. I'm looking at investing now, and the first time was so difficult. I had another message from people as well just going, Arjun, look, I feel uncomfortable dealing with real estate agents. I'm not sure really how to approach it. What are your thoughts? So I just want to say thank you to everyone firstly who sent some of these messages. Got a countless amounts and I'm just really appreciative of that. And this is what led me to the video today with property negotiation. So in the four headings here, there are four key headings to look at when it comes to negotiating property. On countless occasions, we are saving our customers at Investigate from $20,000 and upwards. You know, some cases we had properties where we were saving $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, and then some where we've saved, even as low as $15,000. So there are a few important factors to understand negotiating, and why these factors work is what I'll go through with you today. The biggest question, who wins? We all want to go into a negotiating battle feeling like we've won. But in terms of negotiating like property, it's different. Not everyone needs to go in coming like a soldier thinking, I need to absolutely destroy this person in front of me, I need to absolutely win this. Sadly, it doesn't work like that most of the times when we're doing property negotiating. The art is making sure both sides win. And so you have to really understand the motives of the seller, the motives of the agent, the property, the reasons for selling, and take advantage of that opportunity to make wins happen in both worlds. If you're planning in your world to just go, oh, it's all about me winning, chances are you're probably going to miss out on the deal. You may have had some occasions where you may have a successful story to share to go, no, I absolutely lowballed, went for what I wanted, trusted it, and it just came through. Great, but from someone who's had this experience multiple times, not only for myself, but professionally for customers, I must tell you, winning in both worlds for you and the seller is a must. So when it comes to winning, what are some examples? I've noticed in some situations, there was a sale of a property where I noticed on the title, there was a bank that did a loan. The particular lender was Pepper Finance. And alongside that, they actually support a niche of customers where lending interest rates are slightly higher, but they're helping out this particular group of customers that others don't get. Now, assuming that interest rates are higher, this person may have some holding cost issues, you can almost go, all right, maybe a speed of settlement might be something that they might value because of the higher interest rates on something. If they want to get rid of it, they probably want to get rid of it sooner. Now, other things are deceased estates and so many other emotions that happen in property. And I'm sorry, as a buyer, you really need to go in emotionless. Now, in this transaction, an example of both sides winning was us in Investigate realizing there's an opportunity for our customer to gain significant negotiation advantage. But instead of just hammering at it, we realized that a fast sale would benefit the seller. So instead of a standard 42-day settlement, in some stages we'd come down to 25, and in some stages 30. Now the benefit of that is it allowed the seller to go, okay, I'm the sales agent going to the vendor, hey, we've got this offer, a little bit lower than what we'd like, but they've got a faster settlement, and I think that could really help us here. So there are many things, but the idea is trying to find places or moments where both parties can win. Second part, research. To get to your part of the winning, to get to your understanding of, I can bring this price down by a certain level. Agents are offered many lowball prices all the time. But the problem is not many of these offers come in with a research attached to it. Now, research is varying. You can come in from things you picked up on the pest and building report. You can come in from comparable sales. But the three main headings you want to look at research are interior, exterior, land size. So when you look at interior, exterior, land size and you're comparing the property prices, they're a great way to start for you to present. Actually, I think that we should only pay X amount, maybe 30,000 lower, because of these four properties in this price range with this interior similar, better or worse, this exterior, this land size. And then on top of that are the extras, meaning how much they're renting for, features, and a few other things that come in terms of market direction. But on a high level, agents don't always want to hear every little bit of things like that. They don't even have time to sometimes look at all of that. They might come down to those three main areas. Can you present properties that are higher in terms of land size, larger, or better interiors, better exteriors that sell for less? And that's that three main key categories that they're looking for when it comes to that back and forth on research and negotiation. If you're not coming with this prepared, there's a high chance that your offer may not even be looked at, or if it is looked at, it's pretty easily put to the side because there is not a actual backing behind what you're trying to propose. The next thing is lowballing. It's very difficult for someone to know as a sales agent if you're taking things seriously or not. And the next part actually from lowballing manages very well with managing expectations. They go really together. So agents in Australia, from the sales perspective, have a very difficult job compared to some other countries. In other countries, take example for the USA, they have a lot of situations where you have a buyer and a seller's agent. They each take care of their own parts and they're just dealing with each other. This trend is picking up in Australia in terms of the buyer's agent market. For example, us here at Investigate dealing with the sales agents. But majority of the times in Australia, sales agents are dealing with not only their vendor and managing their expectations as their customer, but they have a very difficult job of managing a huge pipeline of buyers that want to look at it, don't want to look at it, are serious and not serious. And because they have this job of managing expectations, they don't want to waste their time with people who are not going to take it seriously. And so if you are lowballing, if it's worked for you, that's awesome to hear, but in most cases it's not going to work. And even if you were prepared to pay slightly more, but you wanted to go with a strategy of starting low and then coming high, they might not even get to your offer or take you seriously on that part, and they might start dealing with others. I've seen situations where someone's price they were willing to pay was $20,000 to $30,000 more than what actually the property went for. They're communicating this with the sales agent, they went through the back and forths on this offer, and perhaps too many back and forths. But a buyer's agent was able to come in and close the deal. And we've had this in situations in our cases, and this is the reason why sales agents love to work with us. We come in with qualified customers who are prepared to buy. We come in contacting them post doing a lot of research, so they know that when we're contacting them as a sales agent, we've done a lot of the hard yards and the work already to know this is an ideal investment. So when you consider all these things, they're more likely to resonate, deal with, and take us more seriously from a buyer's agent perspective, which is sometimes where we can actually walk away with the deal because we've come in firm with research, with the right proposal, and ready to do a deal, whereas some customers might actually be willing to pay more, but they just haven't been able to secure it because of this uncertainty on lowballing. So these are the four things when it comes of the art of negotiating property or property negotiation. Who wins? Let's get both winning. The research, come in prepared. Don't waste people's time with lowballing, and obviously understand they're managing expectations. So being firm on certain things with the real estate agent and closing the deal are going to help you get your next property, most importantly, at a good price. That's it from us here at Investigate, the experts in wealth creation, helping you take action.